Hello guys, welcome back to Garage Football. Here's our live watch along for Chelsea v Real Madrid, the semi-final second leg at Stamford Bridge. First leg was 1-1 and here's the second leg tonight. So please subscribe to Garage Football if you're new and leave your match thoughts, comments, etc. in the live chat and we'll get to those. So I'm joined by Wiz again. Wiz, thanks for joining us, mate. 1-1 last week and Chelsea performed very well, probably slightly unlucky not to get the win, but your thoughts on the second leg tonight?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we set up. I think through the Porto and Atletico games, there's always been a sort of enigma, having done so well in the first leg. How do you play it? So I'll be really interested to see how Tuchel sets us up. But I think we could actually be going into this in a much stronger position, as you sort of say. The first half, probably the first 25 minutes of the last leg last week, we were incredibly dominant. Amazing. Everyone remembers, I think, the miss from Werner or the save from Courtois, perhaps. I prefer to give no credit to Courtois, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see how we set up. I'm optimistic, looking at how attacking the Real lineup is and looking how good we've been at creating chances in the counter-attack in the Champions League and against Real for the first 25 minutes last week. So I'm confident that anything could happen, and their quality, they didn't do much last week, but they still have enough quality to score and hit the post. So if we can keep Benzema quiet, Modric and Kroos, then we'll see. But yeah, I'm quietly confident, but not taking anything for granted.
No, definitely, especially in the semi-final second legs, as we've seen over the years. Ask Juventus fans against Man United in 1999, for example. Yeah. So before we get to your score predictions and all that, mate, and we'll just run through the lineups quickly. So Chelsea just the one change from the first leg last week. So it's Mendy in goal, a back three of Christensen, Silva, and Rudiger, Chilwell and Azpilicueta as wing backs, Jorginho and Kante in centre midfield, and in the front three of Havertz, Werner, and Mason Mount. So it's Havertz in for Pulisic, who scored last week. So now the visitors, Real Madrid. Again, a couple of changes for them. Former Chelsea keeper Courtois in goal. Nacho, Militao, Sergio Ramos captain back for this game. Mendy at left back, and the midfield three of Kroos, Casemiro, and Modric. And again, another former Chelsea man, Eden Hazard, up front alongside Vinicius and goal scorer from last week, Karim Benzema. So your thoughts on Chelsea's starting lineup, mate? Or just the one change from last week, as I say?
Yeah, it's probably somewhere approaching what our strongest lineup would be. You could make a case for Pulisic, maybe. He's a little bit unlucky to not be in there. Coming out for Havertz. It's probably our defensive strongest lineup anyway, because Chilwell, you could make a case for Reece James probably at right wing back rather than Azpilicueta, and maybe slot Azpilicueta in at the right-sided centre back. But broadly pretty good. Jorginho, you can make a case for Kovacic, but this is probably the defensively most solid side we could put out. And yeah, I'd be interested to see how Real set up as they're playing Vinicius and Hazard, especially from Chelsea days, we associate playing that sort of inside left position. So that would be really, really interesting, I think. But yeah, we look solid. We've been solid. So yeah, fingers crossed. And what we've been able to do in the previous ties, Porto, Atletico, and in the first leg against Real, is hit them on the counter and create really good chances on the counter. So that bodes well. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, I expect a few goals tonight. Actually, I think Chelsea, probably on balance to play last week, probably should have scored a couple more, I'd say. And Real Madrid, I expect them to create a lot more tonight. As you mentioned earlier, mate, it was really that Benzema chance which he created out of nothing to get the equaliser. But you'd expect Hazard. His time at Real Madrid's not been highly successful, but what a time tonight to prove the critics wrong and to prove his transfer fee, obviously against his old club. And you've got Benzema, of course, and Vinicius has got quality as well up front. So I expect them to create a lot more tonight, and obviously they're going to have to, because Chelsea got the away goal, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got a lot of firepower. When you go through those names, I mean, some of them will be Real Madrid Hall of Famers. Benzema, if you've got any kind of respect for the game, it would be in there. Modric, Ballon d'Or winner. Toni Kroos, World Cup winner. Incredible player, unbelievable quality. Furlong Mendy, I think, starting at left back rather than Marcelo.
Yeah.
But there's incredible quality. They've got their captain back. That's kind of scary because of what he represents for Real Madrid, and he would definitely be in the all-time 11 for Real Madrid, even with 13 European Cups and everything. So yeah, it's they're an intimidating side. It's Real Madrid. Yeah, it's going to be tough, and I think the trepidation compared to the other games that I feel is this is Real Madrid. The name and the names of those players are what you make you scared. And I think that's what I worried about in the first leg. But we were so dominant early on. The second half was a non-event. The second half almost didn't exist. And I think we've spoken on here during the European Cup ties about what he's done defensively. In some ways, he's gone back past Lampard in history to what Conte did, going to a 5 at the back, incredible defensive solidity.
Yeah.
And we think of those classic Mourinho performances of going 1 or 2-0 up and just nothing else happens in the game. You may as well turn it off at 60 minutes because it will just we'll muddy it up, take ages over set pieces. So it's not quite as cynical as that. But his ability to coach, and it's the fundamental difference between him and Lampard, his ability to coach a press and coach a side that can get into a good, consistent shape after transition is what has made the difference to us. Everything else is pretty similar in lots of ways. And very, very specific performances like the semi-final win against Manchester City, very, very specific tactical kind of pattern play. But yeah, this will be an incredible test. And they have serious firepower. Where Zidane, is kind of purported to lack tactical nous and really, a mind for intricacies, a bit tough, given his records. But when you've got Modric and Kroos out there, you don't even that you can go out and tell them to play a little bit. It's a bit of a cliche, but they know how to play the game and they know how to identify weaknesses and adapt in games. I think it's, I'm ranting on, but I think it's very unlikely that Zidane went, this isn't going our way, I'm going to change it. You move here, you start picking up this guy, you play in these areas, you kind of overload over here. I don't think that happened. I think the super experienced, incredible, all-time greats in the side went, oh, okay, we've been here before and we know how to adapt. So I'd love us to sting them and hurt them badly early. As the game goes on, if it sits a little bit, I would get more and more nervous. But we should, hopefully we get in the ascendancy and really push them early.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said, mate. And while it's not a vintage Real Madrid side, go back to Galacticos, even when Zidane won the Champions League a couple of times, 3 times, wasn't it? Or I can't lost count how many times he's won it with them, but it's not quite a front three of, say, Benzema, Bale, and Ronaldo, but still, they've still got quality throughout the pitch. So, right off Real Madrid at your peril. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think what was good with the Ballon d'Or win, although Modric shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or. Really, Messi should have 8 or 9 Ballon d'Ors. If it was the best player in the world, Messi should have 9 Ballon d'Ors. But what was good about it was it recognised the role of someone who doesn't just score all the time. And he's what he's proved himself to be is something even more than he was at Tottenham, which was an incredible creator and a really artistic player. But he's, you see what he does defensively. He's played in a much deeper role for Real Madrid. He's shown himself to be one of the great all-time midfielders because of his ability to adapt, his intelligence. Almost like a Scholes type progression, who definitely is one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
So I'm fearful of them. I mean, any other team in many ways, I would be kind of cocky and confident having seen the first leg and how dominant we were. But it's Real Madrid and it's those players, and they could we could be destroyed tonight.
And sorry, mate, and it's a semi as well. It's a second leg semi-final. As we've seen over the years, anything can happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like it to be a good game in one sense as a viewer, And as someone who is very partisan, I'd like it to be an absolute filthy 0-0 when nothing
goalless
happens.
draw.
Yeah. I'd be more than happy with that because just so much is at stake.
As Bumble would say in cricket, start the car.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll see what they do. A coaching team is not just Zidane, and we'll see what they do. But it's going to be really, really interesting. It'd be wonderful if Courtois made a terrible mistake early, and then we just run amok. That's best case scenario. My little bet I've put on, I'm not sure I can name any betting sites, but on the betting site, I've put a little bet on Werner first goal scorer 4-1, which is outrageous.
What were the odds on that?
I think I've got 115 to 1, but I don't like I like a small bet. I don't bother unless it's really good odds. So I just thought, well, Werner's pace, they're going to have to push up. Ramos isn't getting any younger. Eder Militao, I think he's sensational, but he can be rash. Hasn't played like a million minutes. So, I don't know. I just wonder if he could get in, and give them one goal because they've got amazing quality. And then, maybe a Werner hat-trick. Courtois throws the ball into his own net somehow. This is the ideal dream night, really. But Hazard maybe to get the goal as a bit of a tribute and a bit of an allowance, I think, because he's an absolutely legendary player, just continuously injured for Real Madrid. But yeah, I'll be interested to see where he plays. Really interested. It's got him nominally from the right on the UEFA stuff, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Guys, speaking of Hazard, he's just appeared on screen, so the players are out on the pitch, just going for the. Well, I assume it's the Champions League anthem. Can't hear it because I've got on mute, obviously. But I assume it's the Champions League anthem. And Rudiger's playing. He's got those dodgy superhero style masks because of his facial injury recently. But he's been a key player since Tuchel took over, hasn't
he? Yeah, he's been brought back into the fold. I remember in the period we went into COVID lockdown last season in the Premier League. He had a couple of big mistakes. He made a couple of really bad and sort of lackadaisical things that would drive you crazy as a manager. He's been brought back into the fold. And it was only probably 6 months before that. If you asked Chelsea fans who's our best defender, they would say Rudiger. When he's on his game, and maybe these are defenders who are built to play in a free. We were exceptional defensively under Conte. And hopefully we will be tonight. We certainly have been. I think we've got, I don't know whether there's a side in Europe who's got like less goals per game than us since Tuchel took over.
It's a good point.
By a distance. I did look at it the other day since I think he was appointed maybe February 1st. Is it that?
Around now, so yeah.
And I'll see if I can get it because I was actually looking at the stats for that. Yeah, I thought, okay, obviously he's improved us, but I was very, very surprised by that. And he just keeps doing more and more to impress in those terms, I think. Just looking at it since February 1st, goals against 8.
Wow,
incredible, really.
And what Fred? How many was scored in one game against West Brom? Was it 4 goals they scored?
They beat us 5-2.
Oh, 5. Oh, yeah, Christ.
So apart from that game, 3.
Bloody hell. I think I'm probably be slightly behind you on tonight. I think the two managers just sort of fist bump, shook hands, and that. So it's now 8:00. So are you on the way?
I'm just seeing them showing the shape of Real Madrid at the moment. I've got on my screen, and they're not ready to kick off yet. Just seeing Zidane shaking hands, so maybe I'm a little bit behind you.
Oh, I'll be ahead then this week.
Yeah, just seeing them shake hands.
Yeah, here we go. Well, I think Chelsea will win tonight. I think Chelsea will win 2-1 tonight. So that'll be 3-0 in aggregate overall.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a silly bet on 4-1. I would probably say 2-1. I'd probably say if I was, betting for my life, I'd probably guess
betting properly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. We are underway. So Real Madrid with the ball play up front towards Benzema, not for the first time tonight. So, what sort of tactics would you employ? Was the same as against Atletico Madrid and Porto? Or would you try something a little bit different?
Almost identical to those two, I think, especially in the second legs. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're capable of pressing the sort of aggressive way Man City can press. But I think their quality is incredible on the ball.
Yeah.
I think it's about us being progressive still and being front foot, but not over kind of overcommitting on the attack.
Yeah.
Basically, leaving a lot in place to negate things like Vinicius, Hazard to an extent. Yeah.
Because he's Modric plays it forward. So I'm just 1 minute and 15. I'm on now.
Okay, I'm about 20 seconds behind you, I think.
Yeah, role reversal from last time.
Yeah.
Now he's Rudiger back to Mendy. Chelsea's Mendy, I should say. There's two Mendys on the pitch tonight, isn't there? Is Kante back to his best last couple of months, you have to say. Is Rudiger. Nice and simple. Chelsea keeping it at the back. Chilwell plays it to Rudiger, back to Silva. Passes it forward. That's not a bad tactic, I have to say. Trying to that was a bit of a direct ball by Silva. Didn't quite come off. He was looking for might have been Mount. I think it was.
It's something we did in the first leg very well. The first chance of the game very early came to it was just offside, just an overhit ball to Pulisic. Yeah.
And Werner's just offside there. So Militao played him off. Good line by Real Madrid. Yeah, I think it's just off, yeah. Good decision by the linesman. It's forward Chelsea man Courtois. Plays it to the captain Sergio Ramos back from injury tonight. Be a big miss for Real Madrid when he eventually does retire or leave, whatever it is.
Yeah, irreplaceable. I'm just on 2.5 minutes.
Okay, about 20, 25 seconds behind.
Yeah, I think that there was a feeling that Varane would come and carry the torch, but he's made some really high profile errors as well. He's kind of been quite mistake prone.
Yeah, pressure's on at Real Madrid. Whether you're an attacker or defender or goalkeeper, pressure's always on.
Yeah.
As Zidane, the coach, he knows more than anyone. Here's Chilwell. Plays it back to Rudiger. Pressed pretty decently by Benzema. Can't quite get on the end of it. He's Christensen. Drives forward. It's a decent run. Plays it forward to... he's trying to find Mount, but it was well blocked. I know it's Havertz. I think he was trying to find. Then good tackle by Kante. Not for the first time.
Yeah, he was incredible in the first leg.
Was the ref give it a foul? Oh yeah, that's a foul. Yeah, I thought we got the ball at first, but yeah, he's Kante fouled Kroos on the touchline. And just seeing a replay, a lovely touch by Hazard, who was taken out by Christensen, but no foul on that one.
Oh yeah, I've just seen it. Yeah.
It's a free kick for Real Madrid, just coming up to 4.5 minutes. Looks like it's going to be Kroos or Modric. Well, they've got so many options. It could be either of them. It wouldn't really matter. It's well headed away.
Oh yeah. I've seen the replay of the tackle on Hazard by Christensen.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what. I think it was the one on Kante on Kroos was the one the foul was given for, but maybe the ref missed the Christensen one. I think. I missed it. I think we all missed it. I didn't even see it. Ball's played forward. Hazard's trying to get in on the end of it, but this Thiago Silva does brilliantly to clear that one. But yeah, positive stuff by Real Madrid, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, leaving. This is probably what you'd expect. Leaving Ferland Mendy back on set pieces. And that could be an interesting little battle because Werner was furthest forward there. So again, it's very easy when you've got a player who's lightning quick to go be very one-dimensional, but it's also incredibly effective to hit a superstar pass guy over the top. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. He's Militao. Modric's back to Militao. All the way back to Courtois. It's Ramos back to Militao. Ramos finds, I think, Mendy on the left-hand side. Kroos now in midfield. Oh no, the refs give another foul. The foul on Nacho this time.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to muddy it up. Be very, very tight. I mean, our shape looks immaculate. There's just a bit of passage of play with Modric out on the right, and the marking came across. And
no real chances for either side, but Real Madrid have come up positively. Yeah, that's a foul by Havertz on Nacho. Goes down a bit theatrically, but it is a foul at the end of the day.
I think in an ideal world, we'd be quite happy for them to have possession, sort of 40 yards out, and whether Modric can get himself into those half spaces where he's absolutely lethal. Hopefully not, but they're fairly well marshalled at the moment, and it started. We've seen 3 fouls, and we're looking very, very physical.
Chelsea have won out high up the pitch. Here's Werner. Takes on Ramos. Oh, I'll use the experience brilliantly there, Ramos. Knew he weren't going to keep up with Werner for pace. Puts his arm across, old school, and Courtois gobbles it up. You'll see it in about 20 seconds, mate.
Coming up. Really good, yeah. Ball recovery from Chilwell on the press on the left-hand side. This is exactly really good from Ramos, I
thought the ref was going to blow up then, but he waved it on. Fair play to him because there was no foul at all.
No.
Ramos used his defensive nous, as they call it, don't they?
Yeah, and I'm really happy with that height of the pitch ball recovery, which especially the 5 allows you to do in terms of the wing backs pushing up very high. Really good. And again, it just shows. I think he's really intricate on the way his presses are constructed, which we didn't see under Lampard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here's Ramos with a ball outside the foot to Militao on the right hand side. Back to Ramos. They seem to be playing it a little bit quicker Real Madrid than last week. It was a little bit laboured at times, and as you say, mate, they had plenty of the ball at the back and in midfield, but couldn't really penetrate that much. And even the goal come from a wonderful bit of technique by Benzema. It wasn't exactly free-flowing attacking play, and obviously they need to show a lot more of that tonight if they're going to get through. Yeah,
I think I was surprised actually the little amount they created. They scored, a good goal from a set piece for all their kind of artistry and technical ability. And they hit the post with a bit of an absolute incredible brilliance from Benzema, who's in maybe the form of his life, by far the most potent threat in the Real Madrid side. Sort of the shackles have come off him a little bit with Ronaldo gone. I know it's been a few years now, but he looks like a leader and scary player. I remember it being repeatedly linked with Arsenal.
Yeah.
But another one of those guys not really appreciated, which I think there is, at Real Madrid. I don't know whether they appreciate any of their players, if I'm honest.
That's true. Yeah. Ask Gareth Bale.
Yeah, David Beckham. Well, David Beckham was appreciated in the end. In fairness, he was loved there. But yeah, fair few. I don't know, even people like Ronaldo, who's an all-time great player in the game. I'm not sure,
Oh,
necessarily.
Kroos shoots. Oh, it's easily saved by Mendy. The shot was on. No one was really closing him down. Decides to take it on, but now it's just a bit of a daisy cut, that one. Bounced a couple of times in front of Mendy. Comfortable enough save, but decent passing move by Real Madrid there. And ends up with I'm pretty sure that's the first shot on goal, I'd say, from memory.
Yeah, it looks about 30 yards out.
Yeah.
But again, if they're gonna try shots from 30 yards out all night, that's fine, really. That means they're not constructing anything better than that. So that's good. One can fly in the top corner, but
yeah, especially with the technique that Kroos and Modric have, you would put it past them sticking it in the top bin, eh?
Yeah, and just another example there of like Werner being read a little bit there. He tried to kind of turn and put it in behind, and he was just read. So yeah, we need to value the ball more when we have it. It's obviously a tactic to just let them have it and we retain our shape. And Tuchel said in the press conference he doesn't know how to set a side up other than to win the game. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to play attacking or play completely front foot kind of football.
Exactly. Rudiger shoots. Oh, good effort. And Courtois palms it away.
I haven't seen it yet, but I assume it's 30 yards.
Oh, yeah. About 40, probably about 35, 40 plus, I'd say.
Every time we come on here, I tell you that he's no good. He's no good from 18 yards or anywhere else. From 35 yards, he's amazing.
His Mount crosses it. Oh, it's kicked away with his feet by Courtois. So last minute or so, Chelsea have come back into it. Mount does brilliantly to take on Casemiro, I think it is. And then we're just seeing the replay of that stinging shot by Rudiger. It's dipping. It dipped on the Courtois, and that's why he fisted it away. So good decision in the end.
I've just seen that play from Mount. Brilliant. Just brilliant. He's an incredible player. He's finally getting credit.
No, definitely, mate. Yeah.
I would like to see us be a bit more proactive. They don't have a ton of. I mean, Vinicius is a threat, but I think, are we giving them too much? Letting them tippy tap the ball around midfield a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll see. That looked like clear foul on Chilwell. Yeah.
Yeah, free kicks Cabello come in on the left hand side. Counted to 13 minutes in this semi-final second leg. Rudiger and the defenders up there. Mount and Chilwell over it. So it's going to be the in-swing of Mount or the outswing of Chilwell. We'll find out in a minute. Ref just sorting a couple of players out. Blows his whistle. Free kicks about to come in. Chilwell takes it. That's well headed away. Chelsea still got there. He's Azpilicueta. Comes by Christensen. That's a rubbish ball. Counters on for Real Madrid. Oh, Hazard, brilliant turn. And he's fouled by, I think it's Christensen. And it's a booking. Oh, no, it's Jorginho. Booking for Jorginho. Hazard at his best. Cruyff turn. Yeah, Jorginho, the clearest foul you ever see. And a stonewall yellow.
Just coming up to that now. Yeah, seeing the ball clear. That bit of picking it up. Hazard, yeah, beautiful.
So yeah, disappointing from Chelsea. They had a couple of chances for good quality. It didn't quite come off.
No, we've been pretty good. We got, especially beginning part of this season, largely because of Zuma, we became very good at set pieces.
Yeah.
And this is always the worry about us overcommitting is that Jorginho, as I always say, when he's running back, he runs like I'm running. He kind of goes down and he's knackered before the game's even begun. And he's got an important defensive role to play in there.
Yeah, I think Hazard was. I think something Gary Neville says it was cheating, where he wasn't quite deep, but he was sort of inside the play to be able to sort of get on the ball and turn. So, something for Chelsea to watch out, as you say, mate.
Yeah, and the players on the pitch should know that well. that Pulisic plays a similar role for us, as in the Champions League, especially of dropping really deep, cheating, not being a 10 really anymore, dropping off and sort of being someone who carries the ball between an 8 and a 10 position. That's his role, you know. So yeah, and he, you know, Mourinho, when United played him, and Ander Herrera just kicked him off the park along with everybody else.
Yeah.
They knew that he starts it from day. So you foul him, one, you're unlikely to get a booking from the ref because it's, you know, not as threatening a position. If everybody has a turn, you don't get a booking. Eventually, Herrera got sent off in that game. But yeah, you've got to stop him. You know, hopefully he doesn't come back into any.
Is Werner? Oh, what a great clearance! It's by Nacho, I think it was. It might have been offside anyway. Brilliant clearance. Just replays coming up. Chilwell had it on the left. Played it to Werner. Took on Casemiro, I think it was. Yeah, brilliant block by Nacho. It might have been a foul, actually. Werner crosses it in. I think, Havertz fouls Nacho, yeah.
Oh.
Fantastic clearance, though. Yeah, Mount did well to take on Militao.
Brilliant ball across goal there.
Yeah, so started coming into it last sort of 3-4 minutes or so, Chelsea, after that sort of dominance with the ball by Real Madrid to start with, anyway.
Yeah, and Werner showing what, you know, I think we moan, or people moan. You see it on TV, the kind of lazy punditry where people say, they look, he's a striker. He got 28 goals last year. Well, he hasn't scored goals this year. He must be rubbish. He must be playing terrible. You know, he's playing a different role. That's the kind of role he's played. He's got a number of assists. He could have had more assists. Could definitely have had
Is
more
Modric?
goals.
Modric shoots. Oh, like the effort by Kroos straight at Mendy. This one was slightly closer in. Yeah, he had players around him. Silva and Rudiger shut him down, and it was another comfortable save for Mendy to deal with.
Yeah, just watching that cutting field on Mendy. Again, 30, maybe 25 yards out. Got to be quicker there, and
it is Mount on the counter though. Chilwell crosses it. Werner, goal!
4-1 is on.
Offside though.
No.
Offside, no goal.
Timo Werner has been just offside for about 3 or 4 goals this season. He's very unlucky.
Great move by that. Great move by Chelsea. Mount fails Chilwell. Oh yeah, Werner's just in front. Yeah, really good line by Real Madrid. Yeah, it's a really good move. But Werner's rightly offside.
Oh, I'm going to watch the replay of this now. Damn it. That is a big shame. Similar to the type of goal we scored against Manchester City in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah, you don't need VAR for that one.
No, he's off.
It was a clear offside. So good decision by the linesman. I think it helped having the Real Madrid defenders on the penalty line helped the line over that decision.
Yeah, but, under the Wenger rule, that would have been the goal.
Yeah,
so bring that in immediately. Timo Werner will score 800 goals next year if that rule was brought in.
But that was a really good move by Chelsea. I think that might be a template for them to sort of try and replicate for the rest of the game. A bit quick passing move, overlap by Chilwell, and a first-time ball with Werner in the middle, in between the posts. Yeah,
I think. Well, Havertz took up a nice position there, and kind of, we're looking like we're coming together with the kind of way that Tuchel wants to set us up in the future, I think. And those kind of really incisive, hard to resist sort of attacks, really, really quick in transition, really direct. It's quite a German style. It's quite a German style way of playing. Werner again, just off there. Whether he needed to be, don't know.
It's Real Madrid with the ball again, just coming to 20 minutes in this first half. Still goalless. Just waiting for this game to. It's been a decent enough game, but just waiting for it to kick into life. Really, from a neutral point of view, you want Real Madrid to score first.
Certainly. I mean, it doesn't change anything if we score in a way, I suppose. But
Yeah.
Again, the more we are really, really disciplined in our defensive shape and sort of our defensive pressing, the more that it becomes a more comfortable game for Chelsea fans to watch. Anyway, we just muddy it up, and that's what he's doing now. Fantastic. Although they do appear to be getting space. I mean, that is one problem if you've got kind of a 2 in central midfield and a 3 at the back. Is can you find space from 30 yards? Yeah. Against the 3 of Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos, especially with their quality. But again, we haven't been punished for it yet.
Oh, Chilwell and Vinicius having a ding dong off the ball there. Ref plays it on. I don't think it's anything too serious. Here's Kroos. That's a poor ball by his standards, but Chilwell loses it. Modric is Vinicius, but Rudiger does brilliantly to get there first to clear it for a corner. Oh, sorry, a throw-in rather.
Oh, I've just seen a little bit of handbags.
Yeah, it's nothing too bad. It wasn't quite Keane and Vieira. I'll tell you that much.
No.
They're still going at it. Refs having a word with both of them, telling them to cut it out. Yeah, it was not quite prime Keane Vieira.
No, that was incredible. That was incredible. I remember watching that game, and it was just so it was just so exciting to see that kick off in the tunnel. Brilliant.
Well, I mean, there's so many games where they're going at each other.
Yeah, I always think of the one where
in the one hybrid in tunnel. Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. It was 4-2. John O'Shea scored a brilliant goal.
John O'Shea, yeah, quality.
Brilliant.
Chelsea cleared that ball in the end, but Real Madrid got the ball on the halfway line. Here's Casemiro in midfield, got a bit of space. Finds Modric. Getting a bit of space for Real Madrid in this move. Vinicius, good ball for his Hazard on the right. Rudiger does well to hold him up. Here's Vinicius. Goes for the shot. Or was that a cross? I think it was a cross in the end, but goes out to play Benzema, can't get a head on it. So it's probably the furthest that Real Madrid have got forward in this opening 22 minutes so far. Yeah, he tries to find Benzema at the back post, but it goes down.
Yeah, and you can see Hazard is something they lacked in the first. Those kind of incisive runs and movement off the ball. Really, a bit worrying. Again, not a good shot coming out of it, not a genuinely good chance coming out of it. So with a quarter of the game gone, sort of, we're a quarter of the way of mission accomplished.
Yeah, definitely. Back to Courtois in the Real Madrid penalty area. Clears out the pitch this time. Just expect Chelsea to gobble those up if Real Madrid do go long occasionally.
Yeah.
Here's Rudiger. A bit of space to run into. Finds Chilwell, not for the first time, with a bit of space out on the left. Against his best mate Vinicius. He does well though, Vinicius, to win the ball. It's Casemiro. Gives it to skipper Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, I will say, I think I remember saying this in the Atletico game, or maybe it's the Porto game actually, first leg, was Mount has been pretty quiet, really. We've seen a few moments, but they've blocked his areas off and blocked him off at the moment. So,
the quality he's got, mate. So suddenly gets a bit of space, finds a pass, and then it's a goal or something.
Yeah, he's been our most creative player. He's probably our top scorer. He's definitely our most creative player. Has Ziyech been fit all through the season? I don't know, but
it's Jorginho, ball over the top. Oh, great defended by Nacho, I think it was. Yeah, it was Nacho, yeah. Oh, no, it was Casemiro all the way back there. I thought it was Nacho at first. Yeah, Casemiro dropping deep there, and he had to win it from Werner, I think it was, after that ball over the top by Jorginho.
I've got to say he's a player I love as well. I think that midfield three they've got is incredible. Casemiro is the kind of forgotten man, but he's a proper player.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. First time ball by Casemiro. Oh, what a ball that is. Vinicius has got it. That's a wonderful ball. Chilwell does well to hold him up. Is Hazard. Modric. Outside of the foot to Benzema. Back to Modric. They've got an overload on the left. Kroos. Modric. Modric has got it again. Casemiro. Good ball in. Is Kroos. Benzema. Oh, good save. Good save by Mendy. Great move by Real Madrid. Ends up with Benzema. Just outside the box. Curling shot. Yeah, wonderful save by Mendy. That was definitely going in. Yeah, great save, one-handed. Really good move by Real Madrid for the first time tonight. Created something.
This is really, really good. Really good play. It's really good football from Real Madrid. And I think...
Corner comes in. Oh, it's well defended this time. Chance for Chelsea. Is Christensen. Oh, if you played it earlier, I think Havertz might have been in then. Just delayed it a little bit too long.
I'm just watching that chance again. I know I moan about Kepa every time I'm on here, the human traffic cone, but he would not have got near that. I think that's a really elite save from Mendy. I think that's a proper save.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what if they do play a reverse angle, if he when he managed to see that shot. Because there was a few bodies in the way. Did he see it early? Did he see it late? If he saw it late, that's a top save.
Yeah, he's coming and been good for us. We just wanted a good goalie. That's all we need.
It's better from Chelsea. Here's Kante. Chance here. Havertz. Dinks it over. It's the bar.
Oh.
And Werner heads it in. Is it a goal or is it offside? No, it's been given. 1-0 Chelsea.
Timo Werner 4-1. It's coming.
Some of your bet was right, mate. Werner with the goal. Well, there we are then. Chelsea.
That's really good.
Yeah, look like the chance been wasted with Havertz. Tried to dink over Courtois. He hits the bar. We're just seeing the move again. Kante does brilliantly to take a couple of midfielders out of the game. Pass it to Havertz. Left foot dink. Hits the bar. And then Werner. Well,
this is a chance we needed Werner to have as well, because last week he was 6 yards out and managed to get the ball saved.
Yeah, never. If he didn't score this, he's never scoring again.
There's no goalkeeper this time, so we've engineered it. But Kante is a god. He really is a ridiculous player.
Brilliant player.
If by some miracle we win the Champions League, he's basically won almost everything there is to win in football. In the leagues he's been in. So I'm over the moon to see Werner score as well. Almost wishful thinking, wanting him to get the goal, really, because he's coming for. There's a sort of obsession about him, I think, which comes with the territory a little bit. But
yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic! Yeah, brilliant. Well, again. And this is, again, something we've spoken about in previous broadcasts, is Kante became a different player under Sarri. Sarri was a much, much more successful manager at Chelsea than he's given credit for, than sort of history has judged him. He should have had another trophy. And it's him who's encourages Kante to play much more forward. He's playing there, he's in a sort of 10s position.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, Chilwell does well. That's well cleared by Militao to recover them. But yeah, it looked like the chance was wasted by Havertz. It was a decent enough effort, but chipped Courtois, hit the bar. He thought the chance was gone, but Werner, you got as an attacker, as a striker, you've got to be in those positions to get the rebounds, and he did that perfectly, like Ruud van Nistelrooy back in the day.
Well, yeah. And it does say something for Havertz's confidence to see him try that type of finish. The goal he scored from out wide in the league, I can't remember who it's against. but he was out on the right hand side and sort of bent it in, quite classy finish.
Palace, was it?
Palace, yeah, when we won 4, did we, or something? But you know, that might have been the kind of breakthrough moment for him, and it's good to see. And it does seem he seems to be, you know, when he scored a bunch of goals at Leverkusen, he was playing as a striker. That's where he scored half of his goals, I think, for Leverkusen, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, we all want him to be the player. He was incredibly disappointing coming in, but he's getting there, which is good. Especially as we don't fancy Tammy, apparently, which seems to be incredible to me. But
yeah, I think the thing with Havertz, obviously, you know, getting those goals at Palace, and I think he scored against Fulham the other day, or if not, he scored in another game, and so that's helped with his confidence. Obviously, even starting tonight over Pulisic,
yeah,
so that'll give him a bit of confidence. So. Yeah, well, obviously, just shows the strength and depth that Chelsea got in the attacking areas. It's ridiculous.
And again, the really kind of super exciting thing as a Chelsea fan is when you reflect on just how young our side is. Well, certainly that front line. I'm worried about the long term plan for the centre of midfield, but because we need something. But
yeah.
Up front, we're sorted. We're sorted for the best part of a decade, really.
There's another chance for Chelsea. Is Werner? Rudiger's all the way up there. Oh, that's a poor ball. Chance for Real Madrid, though. Rudiger committed himself forward. Here's Modric. Vinicius on the right. Cuts inside. Finds Kroos. Yeah, it's Mendy, I think, out there. And there's Kroos again. Hazard. Oh, he loses it, but he regains it.
Yeah, it was a poor ball across from Werner. Rudiger was giving it like the opposite of Jorginho when he ran there. You know, Jorginho runs with his head down because he's after 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Rudiger was giving it comedy, like run backwards with your neck, like right back. If you watch that back,
just showed the replay of the Werner goal.
And he's always our free man as well, coming out from the defence. He's our free guy who gets to run forward and, you know, covered by Thiago and Christensen. And he's really good at it. I'd be interested. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to get all the statistics I'd like to get, but on those kind of press breaking statistics you can get, and progressive run sort of statistics, I'd like to see how he's done actually. You know, especially in the 5 at the back, so 3 at the back system 1, 2, 4. Be quite interested in that. One day when I've got access to all the statistics in the world, I'll be happy.
When you pay for Opta for a year.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So then let's see games livening up, which is good to see. Here's Mount. Chilwell on the left, back to Mount. Just slowing it down a little bit. Plays all the way back to Rudiger, back to goalkeeper Mendy. Tuchel's not happy there. Thinks he wants it forward, which is fair enough. Can't blame him for that. Mendy out to Christensen. Mayfield to Silva. Obviously knows about these type of games. Was in the final last season with PSG under Tuchel, of course.
Yeah, he was holding us together. Beginning of the season, where we had some real defensive problems.
Yeah,
but he's an incredible player.
Aside from his debut at West Brom.
Well, yeah.
Well, apart from that, he's proved to be a solid signing. You got to say.
Yeah, I mean, we had real problems with mistakes at the back with our centre halves, massive problems. So, you know, and the Premier League is a new challenge and everything else that goes along with it. But he's been pretty much immaculate since then. I think he might have made one mistake that I can remember, really. But he's been, and he's someone I'm really surprised we were able to get. Whether, you know, there's the talk about Tammy for 40 million, whether we'll get Aguero in, I don't know. But he's a ridiculous player, and I'm quite surprised Manchester City are letting him go. it makes me wonder if they've got Haaland up their sleeve. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Or Leo.
Oh God,
That
can you
would be.
imagine?
I would love to see it. You may as well not bother
Benzema!
having
Oh,
leave.
saved by Mendy!
Oh no.
Fabulous save, not for the first time tonight, and the second time tonight he's denied Benzema. Point blank header, this one by or point blank save rather from a header. Yeah, good reflexes. Maybe Benzema gets up well, but could he have redirected that? Possibly,
What about that ball in by Modric, by the way?
Yeah, wonderful ball.
Talk about take players out of the game. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah, fantastic. And a good run by Benzema. Just couldn't quite get the connection on the header, but it was a good save by.
And again, in these big moments, Mendy's made big saves. You know, you might call that a regulation save, but when you've had a keeper like Kepa, who is like, you know, a bonfire night guy, you just sit him in the goal and hope the ball hits him.
Yeah,
he's been massive. We lost probably, I don't know, maybe 7 points or something stupid last year because of Kepa directly, which is quite rare. But
yeah, they've blown for a foul here.
Yeah, look what Ramos did. Ramos and Aspilicueta.
Yeah, Ramos has been booked. Yeah. I didn't quite see that at first. It was something off the ball, but yeah.
Well, you know, keeping the half man, half whatever analogies going. Sergio Ramos is half man, half red card. So fingers crossed.
I've lost count of the red cards he's got over the years.
I think it might be. Is it 20? Is it more than 20?
Oh,
I think maybe it's more than 20. It's a lot. I mean, he's played a lot of games, but damn.
Yeah, still though, yeah, it is a lot. And he's on the yellow. It's not even half time, so it might be sent off again.
Well, part of the thing that makes him so incredible, you see the way he's defended over the. I mean, I used to be obsessed with La Liga. I don't watch as much now. I did a quick subscription this month to watch the La Liga games, El Clasico and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's been such a front foot defender and been an absolutely ridiculous, incredible player. He's an unbelievable specimen. Goal scorer. Used to play right back. I mean, he's goal scoring. He's, you know, beyond John Terry levels. So really, really amazing goal scorer. But yeah, rash.
Yeah.
Hopefully, is that tonight. Yeah, we're muddying it up now. It's lovely to see. Just muddying it up, breaks in play.
Yeah.
Make it awful.
Yeah, perfect for Chelsea at the moment. So come up to just clock 38 minutes. So 7 minutes plus stoppage time at the end of this first half. So pretty perfect half. You have to say for Chelsea. Not playing wise. They've played okay, but result wise, getting the goal. Couldn't ask for any more, really.
We've been okay. That Benzema, as we spoke about, is the threat. And as we said, I think if we keep him quiet, we're not home and hose, but we're nearly there. Because he's been their guy. He's been the greatest creative threat in the side in terms of goals.
Well, he's the one who's had the two big chances for Real Madrid, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the one who scores the saves, and he is that guy. When I'm not sure he's quite as good as Harry Kane, but you don't want Harry Kane getting the ball within 25 yards of the goal.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He's and especially the form he's been in this year, he's been absolutely ludicrous, like insane form. So yeah, he's got some of that about him.
Absolutely. So Chelsea got the ball at the back. He's Christensen. Plays at the Kante midfield. Good ball forward. Finds Havertz, I think it is, on the right, yep. Let's put a quote back to Havertz. Kante. Back to defences, Silva to Rudiger. Chilwell, this time on the left. Back to Rudiger. So, uh, Jorginho in midfield. What channel's La Liga on in the UK? Was
There's a La Liga TV channel. I think there's a Premier Sports run by the same people, and you can have all of those together. And yeah, if I won the lottery, I'd probably have all the sports channels and just watch football most of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did a quick month subscription on that, and I'll do the odd one.
Yeah.
I miss it being on Sky, and I miss Revista de La Liga, which I really loved. I think that made Match of the Day look absolutely woeful. You had some genuinely good. I remember Marcelino being on there and talking about football and talking about tactics and setup, and you know, some of Graham Hunter, who is a brilliant writer about football, wrote the Barca book.
Getting Balaga as well. It's very good.
Yeah. Kind of, he's good on the kind of quite snidey gossip and what people are thinking and things like this. So yeah, that was a really good show. Really, I loved that show. And at the prime of Barcelona, that kind of 2008 to 2012 period.
Yeah.
It was unmissable. That was my religion.
Yeah, agreed. I think a lot of us in the UK watched the Spanish games on Sky a lot, but since they've must have been at least 5-6 years since they haven't had the rights. So don't watch it as much.
One day, all football will be free on free television. That's the dream.
Well,
as it should be.
Well, that'd be nice.
Get the Glazers out of Man United, fan ownership, and then get it back on TV. Bring the big match back on ITV.
Do you remember when the ITV had the highlights for a couple of seasons?
It felt weird.
The Premiership, I think it was called.
Yeah, it felt weird that.
Is Mount on the left? Is Mount on the left? Cuts inside. Mount. Oh, defended by Ramos, I think it was, and then Courtois claims the if it was a shot or whatever it was by Werner. Oh yeah, Werner's trying to hook it over. Whether it's for a shot, trying to play and have I'm not quite sure, but at least a comfortable catch anyway. But yeah, it was the early 2000s. ITV had the Premier League. Oh, and that's all Premiership as it was before it was rebranded a few years later.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the natural order of things. I have a real problem with Match of the Day and some of the punditry on it, and some of the lazy analysis you get on there. Some of it is diabolical. To quite Alan Hansen.
Say what you mean, mate. Yeah.
Well, no, some of it is dreaders, honestly. It's crap. But like some of the I was moaning about this earlier, that every game, whenever a side wins a game, they must have deserved it. Well, that's not true. That's just not true. I mean, are they not? And they suffer from a real difficulty, which is how do you watch? Say there's been 6 games that day. Well, there's not enough hours for you to watch all the games, but yet you've got to comment on them. And yet, even expected goals is considered almost like an exotic language. It was something that should have been outlawed under Brexit or something So I don't know. Yeah, I think they could do a bit better.
Yeah, but that deserved to win. The best one. Well, you'll know this is always Vinicius. Yeah, well done by Kante, not for the first time. You'll know this one, mate, as a Chelsea fan. When trying to think what year it was, 2014, 2015, around that time when I think it was Chelsea beating Spurs. I think it was 4-2 at Wembley in the Cup semi-final. And that clip. It went viral again recently. Where
Jermaine
Genius, yeah, saying that Tottenham deserved to win.
Yeah, I like that he said that, but in fairness, I don't know what the XG was back then. I was watching that in Nando's on my phone, and Matic scored an unbelievable goal in it from distance. I think.
Is Havertz? Yeah. Oh, great defending again by Ramos. Go on, carry on, mate.
Yeah, I was thrilled to beat, especially and that was a Tottenham team you were scared of. They were really good. You know, it was quite nice when Mourinho took them over because it was easy not to like them again. Which again with Tottenham is almost like the natural order of things. Oh, that was a good position. The more time goes on, the more they're being left, you know, out of position. Real Madrid, and this is, I suppose, what we hoped for a little bit. We seem to be penetrating better, and what something Tuchel mentioned in the press conference, and I think it's really true, is they had to adapt in the second leg to their levels of fatigue. If they keep this up for the second half, there'll be more chances, and I think we can make it safe. Ideally 4-1. That's all I need now is the 4-1, and I think I'm about 500 quid up.
Well, that's half time. There's no stoppage time play, which is a rarity. So yeah, it was Chelsea 1-0 ahead at half time. Thoughts on that first half, mate?
Good. Yeah, a few nervy moments with Benzema getting a little bit of space and forcing 2 decent saves. We've seen what Modric can do with space. We've seen what Kroos can do with space. It's everything we knew as a threat. You know, in an ideal world, people go, I know exactly how to fix that, and there'll be no more of that funny business in the second half. What now we probably have to be certain will come is more chances. Whether we're weak on is our ability to take chances, and have been for a while, even under Lampard. But the chances will definitely come. They're getting caught out of position. They're throwing men forward to come. They give an extra pass. Which is a testament to how he set us up defensively. But yeah, it's been very similar to our path through this Champions League so far.
Yeah,
and fingers crossed it continues that way, because we'll end up in a final against City, who we'll smash.
Well, still 4 or 5 minutes to go yet, mate. Decent first half. Chelsea have looked okay going forward, but yeah, Real Madrid have looked much more of a threat than they did last week. Karim Benzema with 2 of the bigger chances in that first half, and 2 good saves from Mendy in the Chelsea goal. But yeah, I think just from a Real Madrid point of view, I think they'd want Hazard and Vinicius getting in the ball more in the attacking areas, and trying to get more balls in the box, because when they did that, especially with that, was it Modric who hit that cross for Benzema's header?
Yeah, sensational. Well, just taking defenders out of the game, and actually, it's still something we're weak at. We saw it against Porto. Fulham were really good. They were pretty good against us, really. It's. I think it is a weakness in the side. It doesn't necessarily play exactly to Real Madrid's strengths, but they do have a guy in Benzema who is very strong in that area. So, yeah, we need to. It's the same old boring thing. Stop things at source. Easier said than done with the quality Real Madrid have got. But yeah, I would be, quietly confident going into the second half now. That goal, in a way, that goal is critical in the sense if we get another one, then they're sort of in quite a bit of trouble. They need to get 2 against us set up the way we are, without us counter-attacking, with our pace, with our ability to penetrate and create good positions. We've not had sensational chances. We've been, 1 pass away from being through on goal, and it's just been that bit of quality or that bit of composure, maybe that bit of luck.
Especially after the goal.
Yeah. That's, maybe they will just have to throw more and more people forward just to try and get a goal. And that works obviously in our favour with Werner. It's been that way all the way through, Werner on the counter-attack. I remember it's the game against Atletico where Kieran Trippier was caught out of position. Then the centre-back has to come across to that, right-hand side if you're defending our left-hand side on the attack. Then it just stretches the game. Ziyech gets in and scores goals from there. Against Manchester City, it was the same. Werner out wide from the left. Ziyech gets a goal. We had 2 goals very, very close offside. Pulisic, I think, scored in that semi-final. We were very dominant. They came hard late on. And if we can do that against the kind of look like insane technical play and genius of Guardiola and the genius of their incredible players, then we should be able to do it against Real Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah, so big 45 minutes to come, mate. But as I said, Real Madrid have created more than it did in the first leg, but even so, I'd still expect them to really go for it, get more balls in the box, take more risks in the second half, because it's the classic when you get a low scoring tie that your post scores, but not a lot changes, and they're in that boat now, aren't they?
Yeah, and you've always got to be scared of Real Madrid because of the name, because of the players, because I think when people can score goals out of nothing, like they sort of did last time, they constructed probably more in this game than they did last week.
Yeah.
But they can score goals out of nothing, so you can be there in the 88th minute and be 1-0 up, and they can score 2 goals in that time because they've got Luka Modric and these types of players. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And again, given their Champions League semi-finalists, given their Real Madrid, they've put Liverpool out, and they've put Liverpool out well in to an extent.
Yeah,
Liverpool didn't turn up for that first leg. Yeah, it's no one would be taking anything for granted, but we could be really happy. 3 halves of football gone in this tie, and we're in a really, really strong position. So we've got to be confident, and we've got to go out and probably play. We were probably too tentative the first 10, maybe 15 minutes, not pressing the ball high enough up the pitch. And it's just about getting that balance right, I think. We can't allow him to just keep having the ball, because Modric will eventually find 5 yards of space, and he will find another player like Benzema who's in 5 yards of space, and they can do it. It's what they've done all the way through. It's what they've done in their Champions League victories. They're not the most brilliant, coherent team, but when you go and spend $500 million on the side, yeah, they can play, unless you're mad, and that's what they do. They're not really like clever, not like a Liverpool where they get all clever, like a lot of money into analytics or into scouting and things like that. They're not like that. They go, oh, he was ridiculous, Luka Modric. All right, we'll just go and get him. Who else is we'll have him as well. Ronaldo, I mean, that didn't take a brain surgeon to, do the math on that. He's a ridiculous player, and that's how they do it. Whether that will lead to hopefully their eventual dissolving as a football club, that would be fantastic, because it will be better after the European Super League stuff. But they're full of quality, and I'm being unfair. We think people like Militao, Full-on Mendy, these are younger players that they're bringing through. In fairness, but how they'll fill the shoes of the big three, kind of, well, maybe you call them the big four: Casemiro, Modric, Kroos, and Benzema. Don't know how you feel that, except by spending a lot of money, which is why they're linked with Mbappe, Haaland.
Yeah, what money have they got though? Look at their bench. Chelsea. You'd have to say they've got a better bench than Real Madrid.
Yeah, they've overextended themselves, and the same with Barcelona. It's criminal in the case of Barcelona, because they're actually a club with their history and the way they play the game and the way they've approached the game, and do, the way the relationship with the fans, everything else. I don't want to see them fail. I want to see them be the greatest side in Europe, or one of the greatest sides in Europe, because they're a really special club. But Real Madrid, I don't care what happens to this. I really don't like them very much, the club. But yeah, it's in the wider game, the questions about how it's financed and financial fair play, the incident with Manchester City, where people I think still are unclear about exactly what happened there, whether it was a technicality or what happened there. I think there's been a feeling that sponsorship deals and shirt deals and stuff have been dodgy for a while, and it needs to be cleaned up. And I'm absolutely mindful as a Chelsea fan of, our club as it stands now might not have existed without a kind of injection of foreign capital coming in. So you have to accept that, and the sacrifice that you make in terms of your soul as a football club. But it's whether things like the European Super League, using a club as an asset to borrow and make more money out of, whether these are against the spirit of the game. If we look outside of the game, I'm all for that. If it's evenly done, and I'm happy to watch Chelsea play in League One. I'm not worried about that, as long as it's done fairly and everyone gets the same rules. But in terms of the wider stuff or what's good for the game, that needs to be that's a really tough discussion. And I think you will have seen a unanimous, given the response to the ESL proposals, you had a unanimous response across the whole of the, let's call it, the football system, from media, from pundits, from politicians, maybe politicking. I don't know, they give a toss about football, to be honest. But when it comes to things like the Glazer thing, it's been much more, not even handed. It's been much more on the fence, and clearly any violence should be absolutely condemned. But it's been much more, well, actually, we don't think players should, people should go on the pitch. Well, every freedom we have in this country was achieved through protest and through resistance. So, I don't know whether writing letters and being polite and asking nicely is going to get the Glazers out. So we have to be realistic. That club is more than that's a gigantic club, and that is much more than capital, and it's much more than financial power. It is all those things, and it is annoying because they used to win all the time, and I'm quite enjoying seeing them not win all the time still. But there are things that are wider than just winning and silverware and stuff like that. There's the integrity of the game. So, yeah, how the game could look. There should be a vision for the game which is progressive and benefits everybody. And if that means Real Madrid get hauled over the coals because of their financial situation, or if that happens to Chelsea, then I'd welcome it, as long as the game is more sustainable. And maybe regain something that might have been lost, which is returns to that connection with the fans, which the increasing sort of corporatization. The level of football now is extremely high. When you watch the Champions League, the level of football is so high, and it's such a pleasure to watch. But we have lost something. We have lost something. Even when I think back to the side with like Hasselbank, with Johnson, Zola, these guys, Mario Stanic, Melchior, all these.
What a throwback! Yeah.
Amazing, Gronkia. That I still think of that in a really fond way, because it seemed like a more innocent time where you were more connected with your team. So yeah, but I think there is a way to square the circle. Yeah, but we'll see what that looks like in the future and see where these, and I never thought I'd see the day where Gary Neville's on TV basically questioning the central tenets of capitalism, basically on television. And I think that is, not to go on about this too much, I think that is where it might get interesting, and where the kind of response will be more lukewarm, because suddenly Sky will go, hang on a second, where does this lead? If we've got a monopoly, and Sky have always had a monopoly in what they do, it's well known, it's in, Rupert Murdoch's advisors' books and stuff, going, yeah, we know it's a monopoly, but it's fine, we met with Tony Blair. What else goes on the table then? Do you if they suddenly get the democratization in terms of ownership of football clubs, is what happens then? Is it, what's the tipping point for us living in a different type of football world, and maybe even a broader type of way of living in England or the Britain and in the society? So I think that's why you'll see a more lukewarm response, and there'll be more resistance to things like fan ownership and stuff like that. It sort of lets the cat out of the bag on a different way of running business, maybe, as well.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. I wouldn't disagree with anything you said. I think obviously, the Super League was a tipping point for certain fans. Obviously, but Man United fans have been had a problem with the Glazers for years, despite what Graham Souness said on Sky at the weekend. I thought it was a joke what he said. They've had the was it the yellow and green scarf movement and all that. That was going back at least a decade ago, possibly even more. So So then, and obviously the Arsenal fans haven't never really been happy with the Kroenkes, and saw their protest. The fans outside the Emirates. I think it was before the Everton game when they lost. I think the other week. So I think this Super League's been a tipping point for most fans, not just those who are affected.
I've got to go and quickly answer the door.
Okay. Well, second half's about to get underway. So Chelsea are 1-0 up on the night, 2-1 ahead on aggregate, and Real Madrid got score at least one goal to force it to extra time. But see how they get on in the second half. But for anyone watching, please subscribe if you're new, and like this video if you're enjoying it. Is anyone there, Wiz?
Yeah, there was. It was my missus. I locked her out.
Oh,
not very happy.
Players about to come out of the tunnel. We'll start with this second half. It'll be interesting to see what Zidane does in the second half, whether he'll make changes or change the tactics a little bit, because as we've mentioned a couple of times, they have created more than they did in the first leg, but even so, it still wasn't a huge amount. So they need to get more touches in the box and get more shots on goal.
Yeah, I mean, against that kind of low block we're doing, you always kind of, again, I'm sure on the commentary we were saying Real need to move the ball quicker or things like this.
Yeah.
I wonder if they should be a bit more direct against us. It's very hard to get the ball through there, and maybe hitting Benzema a bit earlier and a bit more direct might be the way to go. Whether they'll do that, I don't know. I think Hazard's been bright, but we kept him relatively quiet, but his movements look good. So, yeah, they've got that incredible attacking quality. They've got the incredible amount of silverware and experience they've got between on that side. It would be a surprise if they don't come up with something and don't give us, a bloody nose or a scare at some point. But that goal in the first half has got us in a really good position. Fingers crossed it goes the same way as this game's gone so far and the previous games we've had in the Champions League, which is that we really open them up on the counter attack, really can create chances through that, using the pace of kind of Havertz and Werner and the creativity of Mount and Kante, who's been sensational, to really put the tie beyond doubt. I bet on 4-1. Fingers crossed if we get to 4 early in the half, I could just completely relax as well. So that'd be great.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So Real Madrid players just coming out now. We're starting this second half. Doesn't look like there's any changes for either side. No need to panic yet for Real Madrid. Only as I've just said, only need to score one goal to force it to extra time. So they're certainly not out of it.
Right, we're off here.
Oh, have you started? Oh, yeah. The role reversal. There's been a sub at half. There's a sub at half time. You're now leading the feed, and I'm slightly behind.
Yeah, foul on Havertz over on the right hand side.
No, I haven't kicked off yet. All right, here we go. Yep, underway now. Just refresh my feed, see if I can get back up to speed. What minute are you on?
45:50. Just gone to.
Oh, okay. I'm about 5 seconds behind you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it looks like we are pressing a little bit higher up there. That looked a bit more, a bit more like it. And yeah, this will be a test of our energy. I think, again, this is something Tuchel talked about in his press conference. can we retain that energy and that ability to get around the park, press, and harry?
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, big second half for Chelsea. Obviously, you can't win the Premier League this season, but they've got a great chance to get through to another Champions League final.
Oh, Havertz hits the bar again.
Oh, here we go. Azpilicueta. Oh, great header. Yeah, hits the bar. That's a wonderful effort. And a great cross by Azpilicueta, the captain, from the right-hand side. What starts the second of that? But gets that. What a leap he's got. And then, Courtois is absolutely nowhere near it.
I think with the chances in the first half of the first leg, and now, I think, although we're in a good position, we could have been home and hosed by now.
It probably should be over the tie. You'd like to think. But a great cross by Azpilicueta, and top header by Havertz, and just hits the bar.
Yeah, it's notable how much higher we're pressing up the pitch now. We've just regained possession again. Havertz with a lovely, looks like nuts he's just done there on Kroos, maybe. Is either Kroos or Casemiro? It's gone back out now.
Oh yeah, great turn. I think it was on Kroos. Yeah, showing his confidence over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, he couldn't pass the ball 5 yards when he first joined. Genuinely, it was remarkable. He kept playing the ball behind people, so he wasn't putting quite enough weight on the pass, and that just screams of COVID, new country, all the things people talk about, but lack of confidence fundamentally. I think because someone of his ability can pass the ball 5 yards and pass it in front of people, but it was remarkable. Again, I know they can't stitch up individual players on the punditry, but that should have been. What the hell's going on with Havertz? Really fundamental things were going wrong with him. But yeah, night and day now. He looks full of it.
At the perfect time in the season as well. Obviously, coming out to the crunch last few league games, and we'll see that in the Champions League as well. That's why they paid all that money for him. Yeah,
and we've got him for he could end up being a club legend after this start. Fingers crossed.
Oh, he's done well there. Just loses it though. It was a great piece of skill, but by Havertz on Kroos. It was a couple of minutes ago now.
Yeah, and maybe that is his strongest role. That is sort of a false nine. Really, he's not an out and out kind of on the shoulder number 9.
Looks like he's playing on the. I think they're interchanging positions, but he's on the right. Yeah. Werner's in the middle. Sorry, and then Mount's on the left of the three.
Yeah, depends where the ball goes. You'll see him be the main kind of central focus, and it comes across to. Well, again, that's a bit of a Conte type thing to do. Is to play it almost like a conventional 2 with a 1 in behind, and then they interchange.
Yeah, no.
Chill with space.
Absolutely.
Oh, and again. I mean, they haven't had a period of sustained possession in our box in this first 5 minutes, which is, really, really good. Exactly what we hoped for.
Yeah, not for the first time Nacho heads it away well, but Havertz recovers it well. And he's got it again. Chelsea with a positive first 5 minutes to the second half.
Yeah, very, very good start.
Here's Rudiger, plays it forward to Werner on the left. Oh, that's a foul by Vinicius, I think it is, on Chilwell. Them two have been going at it for the whole 50 minutes so far. That's been a good battle between them two. No, that's a clear clips his heels. That's a clear foul on the left-hand side.
Interesting. We're going with the out-swinging corner again.
Oh, it's a free kick, mate.
Oh, sorry, yeah, free kick. That's a free kick.
Yeah, Chilwell's to take it.
Yeah, Tonio's looking mean with his mask on.
Definitely ball's about to come in.
Oh, and he made. Oh no, he didn't. It was Silva. Silva made contact.
Oh, just about to come in for me. Here we go.
Oh, he's in quite a lot. He's in quite a lot of space there when you watch it on the replay.
Yeah, looked a big chance.
Yeah,
Checking it on the replay. Checking it on the replay. Good ball in. Yeah, no, he had. Yeah, I wouldn't say unmarked, but he did leave his marker.
Yeah, Ramos was coming across, but yeah. Again, this is exactly, you hope this doesn't come back to bite us, because chances to get into the Champions League final do not come every day.
No, definitely. Oh, my feed's going. What's going on?
Yeah, throw on the right hand side, so Werner challenging for it. And again, we're putting a lot of pressure on up front. Surrounding Rayo, I've got a throw out on the left hand side, but you can see we're right up marking very high. We've got 6 or 7 players marking right up, and you'll see a great example of us harrying the ball 4 around the play with the ball. Benzema drops to get it from the throw on, and everyone just flies into him. I think I can see Valverde is that warming up. Valverde and Asensio maybe warming up there for Real Madrid. Definitely Asensio. Oh, and a chance. Mason Mount. Oh, a really good chance. A really good chance. Brilliant interplay between Havertz, Werner, and Mount. And Mount gets through. Mount gets through on the right hand side, and it looks like he's blazed it. I'm not sure whether that's been saved. It doesn't look like it's been saved. I think he's blazed it. He has.
Oh, my feed's gone completely. So I'm gonna have to rely on you for a few minutes, mate.
Well, we're creating an amazing amount of chances now. You would have banked on Mason Mount scoring. It almost looks like he's caught between lifting it over Courtois and just going with pace, and he does both really, and it goes over the bar. Massive chance.
What was it? A 1-on-1, was it?
Yeah. Well, 1-on-1, tighter angle than just being through on goal, but
yeah,
you would have, with a Mount in the form he's in, you would have absolutely banked on it. For chances created, we've been all over them.
Especially the start of second half. You'd have thought Real Madrid would come out flying, but it's been the opposite.
Yeah, Militao running forward there got in a bit of got blocked off by Chilwell and has acted like he's attempted to decapitate him. But yeah, sensational first 10 minutes. They haven't laid a glove on us so far, although there's some possession with Benzema. Offside, dropping deep, came from an offside position. Yeah, really sensational start to this half, and I mean we look sharp. Oh, his toe is off. Just offside. Very unlucky.
That's offside in today's football.
Yeah, it's good work. Well played by the linesman. Rudiger again driving forward now. He's not central at all. Not central enough to have a shot. He nearly plays in. Mason Mount overlapping. But our press is so much higher. This is much more characteristic of, I think, being so reactive allowed those chances in the first half of Real. If we keep up this energy and intensity, concentration, organisation in the second half, again, I can only see us scoring again.
Yeah, sounds that way, mate.
Throw on the left-hand side. And again, now we're asking Real Madrid to do things they don't want to do, which is chase us all around the pitch.
Oh, especially with the three in midfield, I don't think they'll want to be running around all night, will they?
No, and I think the more we can just do that, circulate the ball, we switch the play very quickly there. In fairness to them, they really responded quickly. We've got Pulisic, Reece James, and someone else warming up there. Maybe Ziyech is the right backhand, I'm not sure. Back to Courtois. Now they're going long. They are going long. I think Hazard there trying to challenge our centre halves for the ball up with a just long ball from Courtois. Trying to completely bypass the press now. Playing it around at the back. We're squeezing them. Really, really good. Benzema still fighting and coming deep to get the ball. But again, we're cutting off the option. And we talked a little bit again earlier about what an incredible player Modric is and him dropping deep. Both him and Kroos are dropping deep to get the ball here. And to try and retain their build-up. Sensational ball through from Kroos, attempting to play Hazard in, I think there. Presumably that's him with gloves on. Oh, unless that's Casemiro up that high. No.
I was going to say, we're getting nosebleed.
I think it might well have been him, actually. But yeah, brilliant ball from very deep. Hazard again with a Marseille turn on sort of about 10 yards out of the box. Slips the ball off to Modric. Vinicius against Chilwell. Pace. Really good position for a cross now, Militao, but taken hold of by Mendy. Mendy's looking for the quick counter. No. But by far, Real Madrid's best moment of play in this half. Again, they're now elected to press us very high. So it's quite a tactical game now. And they're getting into a bit more rhythm with their pressing. Trying to force us to make mistakes.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my feedback, so I'm not sure I can't really see what's going on. But it sounds like it's got a bit more even.
Yeah, yeah, we're dropping off a little bit now, but I think we went out and had a real go at them, like extremely aggressive, high press, we've created enough chances now in this game to have it wrapped up, no question. But a long ball through, 2 against 1. Oh, Havertz 1-on-1, almost alongside Burnham and Havertz are both sprung by a long ball through the centre. Havertz tries to side foot it around Courtois. Courtois with a good save, I think, there. Or he just saves it with his leg. I mean, I think this is probably what we hoped for, except we really hoped that we'd be taking these chances. But yeah, gilt-edged chances now. We just need to take one. Because all the way through this, they will be thinking, just one goal.
No, I think, sooner Chelsea get this second goal, the better.
Yeah, numbers fall on the left-hand side. Benzema drifting out. 1-2 with Kroos. Really good play, but cleared by Silva. Oh, ball launched up. Werner challenges for it, apparently unfairly. Ramos is pissing and moaning already. Half an hour to go. But really interesting. This Kroos and Modric almost playing like 2 deep line playmakers, 2 sixes. Furlong Mendy pushing very high up.
Oh, I'm back after all that. I've just gone an hour.
Yeah, that's I'm on 60-23.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, internet's been playing up, but back now. Well, it looks like after that sort of dominant 5 minutes or so by Chelsea. I say it's got a bit more even, but it sounds, by the sounds of it, Chelsea have had a couple of really big chances.
Massive chances. Massive chances. Although this is really good from Real here. They've got past Chilwell and cleared now. Yeah, absolutely enormous chances. At this level, to not take one of them is criminal. We've hit the bar. Mount's had a 1-on-1 with Courtois, as has Havertz. But nasty tackle out on the left hand side, and Havertz is kicked out.
Oh, I'll see it. I'll see it in a minute. Real Madrid have still got the ball.
This could be a problem here. Nacho's really sort of gone to do Havertz here by the look of it.
Oh, here we go. Here's
But
Havertz.
I think I don't ever have it.
Oh, yeah, you weren't. Oh, yeah. Oh, you weren't lying there, mate. Oh, yeah, the ref's got a decision to make there.
Yeah, he's brought his other leg around and grabbed it. Let's have a look. The fact that he's kind of gone with both legs almost to lift him might mean he's going to be okay here. But
it's a yellow for Nacho, it looks like.
yeah, hopefully there's no silliness here and Havertz gets himself into trouble. Because it's not a violent kick out. He's almost tried to lift him off him with his legs. But I don't know. It doesn't look like there's any VAR happening, which is good. But again, Havertz, a very young guy, didn't take kindly to that. I'm not surprised. Is that Vinicius coming off? Vinicius is coming off. And Asensio's coming on. Okay.
Evening, Russ. Arsenal fan, Russ.
Good evening.
Excited.
Is that? I take it that's a tribute to Unai Emery.
Unai Emery, yeah. For
Good
big game for Arsenal tomorrow against the Villarreal. Second leg for them.
2-1 down, aren't they?
2-1 down, yeah.
I missed it, but I'll definitely be recording that if I can't see it.
Well, I'm sure Russ would agree. Arsenal were lucky to only lose 2-1, I think.
Yeah, and when I've seen them in Europa League, they look pretty good. They're like very inconsistent in the league. Very difficult. You know, they're not dining at the same table as Manchester City and Liverpool and us and Manchester United. So it's very, very difficult. I wonder what he thinks of Arteta.
Yeah, well, I'll send him the links if he wants to come on. But I think probably keeps changing every game with Arteta. I think it's like one game he's great, and next game he's rubbish out of his depth. So
I think he's still. I mean, I've heard someone say, "Yeah, win or bust."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were bloody good against us earlier in the year. We still created stuff near the end of the game, but you know, it's difficult. It's resources and it's everything else. And I think he's still trying to work out how he wants to play. I think his instincts were, and why he was brought into Arsenal is because, well, he worked under Pep. He's going to play like Pep. It's very similar, if you like, if there is such thing to the Arsenal way.
Yeah.
Oh, ball bobbling around there for Real. He's getting a little bit nervy now. They're really pushing. We really need to be more clinical now. We could end up paying for our lack of, we've got through the season finding a way to cope with our lack of ability to take our chances. But yeah. Yeah, I've also seen Arsenal play very, very defensively. So I think he's trying to work out what he thinks the side can be, what they're capable of, his instincts. He's got some diabolically bad players, I think, in there, or players. Players who are just so capable of crap. Arteta needs to go too inconsistent.
If we go out tomorrow, Arteta needs to go. Yeah.
Don't know players. That's it. Yeah.
Wouldn't disagree with that, mate.
And I think that's the reality. I think he's caught. I think that's the trap. He's haunted by his natural inclinations. It came from the Masia originally. I think, come on and go low. Oh, another brilliant chance, one-on-one Golo with Courtois. They're hanging on here, but I've got a terrible feeling about this.
So I went silent for a couple of minutes, mate. My feed went down again. I've got it back now. So I'm coming up to 64 minutes, 45 seconds.
Okay, yeah, I'm about 45 seconds ahead, but a gilt-edged chance you'll see from N'Golo.
I'll see it in a minute. Yeah, Real Madrid have got a free kick, so yeah, it must have been a counter then. If Real Madrid had a free kick, was it from that?
Yeah. And again, I think it was 3 against 2, maybe that attack.
Here we go. Yeah, Werner. Yeah, Kante. Yeah. Oh my God, yes, 3 on 2. Great pass here, Kante. Oh, yeah, he's got to do better. I know he's not known for his goal scoring, but my God, what a chance. Another one tonight for Chelsea. This game should be all. This tie should be all over, mate. Should be booking their ticket. Should be booking their tickets for Istanbul, mate.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to talk about expected goals, but you know,
you're gonna.
I will talk about them always. But we should be in this tie. We should be, I don't know, something like 3-1 up, 3.5 to 1 on expected goals. I think now. Sounds about right to me. So, yeah. Oh, Kante's just showing the replay now. Again, sadly, I hoped Courtois would have a stinker because he's a bit of a dickhead.
Let's keep him in there.
Yeah, Tuchel, what did you see Tuchel boot something? Quite unlike Tuchel, actually, to show that expression of emotion. And I think, Werner's coming off for Pulisic.
Oh, there we are. I was going to say, because Real Madrid have made a couple subs, haven't they? But no, it must be, it's Chelsea's first sub, I take it.
This is how you get a hairline like mine and Thomas Tuchel's. He's probably watching things like this, watching the chances, and just like driving you absolutely insane. But we have been, I haven't spoken to loads of Chelsea fans about what they think. I don't know loads of Chelsea fans, to be honest, but what they think about Tuchel. But I don't remember a manager coming in and being as impressed for Chelsea, except Mourinho. Ancelotti was really fantastic, but I suppose they'd be the two comparisons I'd make in terms of a start. He's in the top three in my time. He's the top three kind of first impressions that I've had as a Chelsea manager. We've had tons of managers, so
I was going to say,
absolutely
playing to get used to,
yeah. So.
No, he's an elite level manager. And hit the ground running. So good on him.
Yeah, the Germans are way ahead of him. But it'd be interesting to see who Arsenal would go for, or where your mate would like to see, who they like to see him go for. I heard Tottenham would link with Graham Potter, who, I would feel sort of gutted if they got him. But there's some good managers around. There's some decent people around, I think. And if Tottenham didn't go for him, I think Arsenal should do what they have to get him. Because every time I watch Brian, I go, my God. And he's got a couple of boys who look like me playing.
Well, you can ask Russ. You can ask Russ now if you want as manager. How you doing, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Don't ask me. This is the first. I don't watch Champions League football, so this is a bit of a treat for me.
Yeah, man, as you said, where's this Pulisic on for Werner? He's had another good night.
Yeah, he's been good up until putting the ball in the net, and he's been exactly the same all season. If you go again, getting into the numbers, now his goals aren't great on numbers, but in terms of getting into positions and getting in positions to score, he's got that killer instinct still. He's just not taking the chances, and he's being asked to play a different role, so he's creating.
Well, it took his chance tonight.
Yeah, but when you're watching it, I think it's a bit like the other day where he said when he could have had a hat trick, and you do feel like he could have had a hat trick tonight.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just come up with the amount of attempts. Chelsea 10, Real Madrid 7, and most of that Chelsea 10 has got to be in this second half.
Yeah, but how many? I think there's a couple of long shots. Modric and Kroos first half as well. So, there's no comparison on the quality of chances. None. No comparison at all. And it'd be. I'll send flowers to Thomas Tuchel if we don't go through here, because he will need condolences, because it will be absolutely criminal. I'll call the police.
Oh, definitely. Nah, well, as I said, mate, this should be over. Should be booking your travel and all that to Istanbul.
Yeah. And Kante has been sensational as that third man running as well. Again, sort of the Sarri-induced new life of N'Golo Kante. He's been just brilliant.
Sarri was linked with Arsenal today, apparently.
I think he did. I really like him, and I think he did really well. How he'd do with that set of players at Arsenal, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know whether is Luca Torreira coming back? Is Guendouzi coming back?
I don't know. As long as Arteta's there, I don't think Guendouzi will come back. Torreira, I think he wants to go back to South America. I think because I think he lost his mum with the COVID and everything like that. So yeah, so I think he wants to go back to Uruguay, wherever he comes from. I think so. Yeah, I think all Argentina. I think River Plate were quite interested in signing him.
I've just seen that challenge whiz from Kroos on Pulisic. Well, welcome to the game, Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, not a great one. I think it was. I can't remember. I think it might have been. Was it the Porto first leg? I said I don't think I've ever seen a player fouled as many times in the game as Pulisic.
I think
he was dropping deep, and I think he was fouled 13 times.
Oh, that was unlucky.
Oh, it's ridiculous how many times he was fouled. Yeah.
Just got to a header from the corner. Just flashed past the goal. Are you both on Now TV again, Bill?
No, I'm on. I'm on BT.
Oh, you're on BT. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, but I'm watching it on their website, and the feed's going. At times.
It's sometimes a bit slow. I think mine's. I don't know what it is. 72:30. I'm just coming up to. So we've got a call now.
Minute ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this, and that is it. Could be another missed chart, another gilt edge chance.
There's a good chance that one from the corner.
Just gone 73 minutes. 73 minutes. I've just gone.
God, a silver again. This is a good shot. He's lost his marker. Oh.
What minutes that was?
I'm literally just turned 73 minutes.
Oh, I'm ahead of you. 20 seconds. Yeah, Real Madrid in attack.
This is. I mean, if we go out here, this is one of those games that's the most heartbreaking.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, we've got an Arsenal fan in Russ and a West Ham fan in myself, and even we'd have to accept that Chelsea have been the better, certainly tonight, and probably you'd have to say over the two legs, and should go through.
No comment.
Someone's been watching Line of Duty.
No comment. Do you know what? I only started watching that last week. I've watched the first two series.
Oh yeah.
I never really sort of followed it at all until like the last episode. And I thought, oh yeah, give it a whirl. It's not too bad actually. I quite like it.
No, that's great. Yeah, I was watching that because I'd known of it for. It's been on since 2012, I think it was. It's been on for years, but I only started watching it because I was on furlough last year for a couple of months. I was watching it on the iPlayer, like the previous 5 series, and then just watched the recent series every Sunday for the past sort of 7 weeks or so.
Yeah, I think I'm on the series with Daniel Mason, so yeah, I think that's 3, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He was only in one episode as well. I was like, oh, great.
Yeah, spoiler alert for anyone who's not watched Line of Duty, but I'm pretty sure everyone's watched it by now. Judging by the viewing figures, ridiculous how many views. Like over 12 million, I think, watched the one on Sunday.
That's good for any program these days.
Which is unbelievable. I think it broke a ridiculous amount of records. So. Yeah, but I won't say what happened, Russ, because you got a few series to go, mate.
Do you know what, mate? Spoilers don't really bother me. I just like if I watch a program or something and I'm way behind, I just have a look and see what's going on. Spoilers don't really bother me.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I've just seen that they're just showing the replay whiz from that chance from Havertz earlier. That's a big chance, but Courtois does well. Fair play to him. And then seeing the one from Mount as well. Oh, yeah.
And Chelsea are on attack again.
Yeah, I mean, I was desperate to do something stupid, and
Havertz just had a brilliant chance, just missed it. Flash.
Oh, we'll sit down in a minute. I think me and Wiz are a bit behind you, Russ.
Real Madrid are on the attack.
Just seeing Rodrigo coming on.
You know, I could just go goal.
Can you control Wiz?
No. Oh my God, no.
Oh, Chelsea are all over him. Oh God.
just seen
I've
Havertz
seen
go
him.
close, Gascoigne-esque in '96. Couldn't
Yeah,
quite
it didn't.
get a touch
Yeah,
on it.
Oh,
couldn't
Oh
get
yeah,
on the
Real
end.
Madrid. Yeah, you're right, mate. Real Madrid on the attack, and not for the first time. Brilliant positioning by Thiago Silva.
I know what you mean about the Gaza one there.
Yeah, how close was that? But then you see in the on the counter, mate. Silva gets in a brilliant position. John
I'm
Terry.
surprised you're old enough to even know that, Westy.
Well, I know of it. Well, I was alive.
right.
I was 5 years old, but I don't remember it at the time. But I watched, was it Euro '96 when it was on ITV last year? You know, they played all the Euro '96 games.
Yeah.
So I watched.
I'd say about that.
I
so
was
I watched all those
14.
in full.
Yeah, I was sick. I was. Oh, I just turned. I just turned 17. I was at the theatre the night that was on, and I didn't watch any of it. We all had headphones in, listening to it. I've got a clue what happened. It was some Shakespeare play with college or something.
Brilliant. Yeah, that was back in the days when Chelsea were rubbish.
Yeah.
The
Year after we won the FA Cup. It's all right.
I thought Chelsea had formed in 2003, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
as the old joke goes.
Yeah.
The old meme.
We won 2 very bad FA Cup finals in '97 and 2000. I did my, and on the second FA Cup final, I'd just done my final exam at university, and then watched us win the FA Cup. It was brilliant.
Was that the one against Villa where was that the one David James dropped the ball at Di Matteo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2000. 2000.
Yeah.
Benzema, oh my god.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wiz Rodrigo's on for Casemiro, so they're 100% going for it now, Real Madrid. Well, they got it,
Got to, haven't they? No.
Well, when I've watched him, I've liked him more than I like Vinicius. I could be totally wrong, and I've not seen tons of either of them. But I thought he looked like he had a bit more about him.
Did you do a watch along last night, Bill?
No, I didn't. I was watching the game, but no, I didn't do it.
Trying to get Man City fans quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I'm doing one tomorrow for the Arsenal video, which I'm looking forward to. It should be a belter of a game.
Don't know. Depends which Arsenal turn up.
Well, I mean, actually saying that, it's only 1-0 this game. It's been a fantastic, especially second half. It's been fantastic, I have to say. High quality stuff. From what I've seen, apart from when my feed's gone, which it has again. Oh, here we go. We're back now. Just coming up to 80 minutes.
I mean, we were decent and we limited them a certain amount in the first half, but it didn't look very Tuchel, the performance from what we've seen this year. Because I didn't feel it was we were in control the way we had been. Yeah, they are throwing him forward now. Lots of options.
Chelsea just had another good chance.
But that's it. Well, Real Madrid, they dominated the ball, didn't they? Whereas I think they must have had at least 65% of the ball in the first half, and it's been pretty opposite in this second half.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, we've been so incisive, and most of the chances have come more on the counter even in this half.
Oh yeah, just seen the chance, Russ from Pulisic, the sub, dragged his shot wide.
Oh.
Hazard is not the player he was. No, he's not.
Thank God.
Barely touched it in the second half. He had a few brief moments of quality in the first half, but just like all the attacking players for Real Madrid, they've barely had a kick in this second half. That's how dominant Chelsea have been, you have to say. But they're still not out of it. 10 minutes to go past stoppage time. They only need one goal to take it to extra time.
Well, it's his money that's basically bought all our players we got in. So we've been really lucky.
Well, like Coutinho with Liverpool.
Yeah. Well, they basically swapped Coutinho for Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. I think maybe it was something over, which is not a bad deal. Although Coutinho's quite a decent player, but
a bit like Hazard hasn't really done it at Barcelona, you've got to say.
no, he started pretty strong there, but I don't think they've had very good managers, to be honest. I think it's been a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, that's true.
It's run by Messi, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pulisic had the opportunity to play in Mount, but it was well intercepted. Yeah, come out to 82 minutes for me.
Yeah, 81-37 I'm on.
Tell you what, who's impressed me from Real Madrid is Nacho, I have to say. What's happening, Russ?
No. It's just Madrid just had a corner and it was quite close.
Yeah,
Ramos, how old is he, man? He must be older than me.
36 is he now? 36?
Must be
He's
about
not quite
that,
as old as me then.
Still got quality out on the pitch, so you never know what could happen in this remaining passage of play.
Wiz, do you think Lampard was done a bit harshly or not?
I think it was a touch early, and I'm not sure if that's sentiment talking, but I think the games I remember losing, I think Everton we lost was kind of a freak, mistake by Mendy. I think, and some of those games we lost. I think that the Arsenal game actually was probably the worst one, but. I think there were things he paid for, like us not improving in the defensive phase generally. When we pressed, it was half-arsed, and then teams just ran through us. And it's why we made lower teams look really dangerous and good against us, because it was so easy for them to isolate our defenders. And the Premier League's good now. And when you look at what Tuchel's brought in, it's much easier to say now, no, it's the right thing. But I did think at the time it was tough. Yeah. But I don't know, there's been some chat linking in with the England under-21 job. I think that'd be an amazing job for him. I think he's a better coach than AD Boothroyd from what I've seen. And it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Lampard with all those phases.
Well, I like to think Lampard would have got those last two squads out of the group stages. Unlike AD Boothroyd.
Well, he was a manager who. He wasn't like Kevin Keegan, but he would send us in and just have a shootout against sides, and you'd have completely ridiculous games where we'd try and kick the door in for half an hour, then they'd score, and then we'd throw more men forward, and it was a lot of fun. Roman obviously didn't think it was great, but oh my god, how we have not scored another goal! Oh, we have.
Is it a goal?
Yeah, it looks like it. 84-38, Mason Mount.
Oh, here we go. Kante.
Right, I'm
Pulisic. Pulisic on the right. Yeah, looks like a goal. Yeah, Mason Mount, he's celebrating. Looks like it's 2-0.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Right, I'm celebrating.
I was wondering what that noise was, Wiz.
You're getting the hard stuff out.
I'll see if I can get you some product placement sponsorship.
a Red Stripe brand deal.
You cannot argue with that. Get sponsored by Red Stripe.
Oh, there we are, lads.
I've
been waiting for the whole of the second half to get a second goal, and they've 84 minutes of Mason Mount, not for the first time, gets an important goal. Just seeing it again, Kante does brilliantly. Plays in Pulisic. Keeps his composure with Courtois out.
Brilliant.
And what's a pick out. And then, Mount sticks it in the goal. So at last.
Kante wasn't happy with being the best number 6 in the world. He wants to be the best number 8 and number 10 as well. That's how damn good he is. And he wants to do them all at the same time. But brilliant. He's been sensational tonight.
Yeah, that's brilliantly.
Yeah,
I praised Nacho about a couple of minutes ago, but he beat Nacho to the ball there. And yeah, that's I'm talking about composure from Pulisic.
Yeah, we might see us do what we've done in the previous games now, actually, and go to our kind of 6. They bring on, they double up. They double up, don't they? Bring Reece James on as well.
Yeah,
maybe an auxiliary sort of Marcus Alonso or something like that as well.
Yeah, and then you got Zuma as well, Emerson,
Reece James.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly what he's been doing. We might see Emerson as well. So, well, right at the end, maybe.
Yeah, judging by the celebrations of the players and Tuchel, they you never know with this Real Madrid team, but you have to say, surely it's game over now. Surely,
yeah.
I'd be shocked if the Real Madrid scored 2 goals in the remaining 5 minutes for stoppage time.
Yeah, if anyone in the front 6 doesn't end up booked, they're not doing their job now. And Mason Mount's just been booked.
Yeah, Mason Mount's just been taken off.
Oh yeah.
Assuming they hold on. Assuming they hold on, it's been. I mean, Wes as a Chelsea fan, must be absolutely delighted with this performance.
Yeah, the performance is the best one we've had in the Champions League this game. I think it's been that good. To create this many chances against Real. I mean, I thought we had the joke kind of Werner scoring first 4-1, but you know, we've overwhelmed these more than we overwhelmed Porto in this second half.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm just glad we took one of the chances in there, because it would have been extremely hard to recover from, I think, from maybe some of these younger players if we'd somehow constructed a loss out of this. So yeah, Pulisic again, he's been brilliant. And I think we were saying before, like, for all the money we spent, there is an argument that our best front three is, I'm not sure I'd go with it, but he's Pulisic, Abraham, and Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi, when he plays, is a really creative and destructive player. Pulisic has been incredible since he joined us, more or less. And like I say, Tammy, I think is, if he goes for 40 million, I do fear that someone's going to get someone who's really elite quality. If he goes to West Ham, it will be pretty terrible, actually, to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having him.
Arsenal will buy him off you. We buy all your players off you.
They've made some. Well, yeah. I mean, Willian is like a Trojan horse we've sent you, isn't he? I did think, what are they doing? I did think that's not Arsenal to do that. I remember him back in the day when they go and get, I don't know, you think of Fleb or Fabregas or someone, and like he's an unbelievable technical young player.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arshavin when they got him in, like they was like.
Yeah, we haven't got none of those players now. It's gone from one extreme to the other. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we got sort of David Luiz off here. I'm actually been quite happy with him. A lot of Arsenal fans don't like him, but I do. I really like David Luiz.
Yeah, I was sad to see him go. I think and he would be brilliant in this system, but
he's been really good for us. He's been our best defender by far.
But you've got some ridiculous young talent.
We got some right donkeys as well.
4 minutes stoppage time. 4 minutes stoppage time.
I tried to put £1 on Madrid.
Oh dear, yeah.
Saka looks like a world beater though. He looks, for his age, he looks incredible.
Yeah, he's definitely the jewel in the crown, so to speak. But yeah, the rest of our team is nothing really. We've got nothing else really. Aubameyang, I think we've given him a massive contract, but it's for what he's done. It's not what he's going to do.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's dropped off the way though.
It's no coincidence, Wiz. I mean, Russ, I'm sure will back me up that since Saka and Smith Rowe in particular, I think it was against that. I think it was that Chelsea game, Wiz, at the own one where when they were in from the start, and Arsenal, were in a terrible form before them, but then they win that Chelsea game. They've slowly improved since then.
That's the thing, though. I mean, we had a lot of injuries. So I think Arteta was more forced to play Emil Smith Rowe anyway.
Yeah.
He didn't really have much choice. But for the big games this season, we haven't done too badly. So we've beaten Chelsea, we've beaten United. We never beat United. We haven't beaten them for years. And we managed to beat them once. I don't think we lost to United this season. I think we beat them and drew with them. I can't remember.
Yeah, definitely one at Old Trafford. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we drew at the Emirates. So yeah, we haven't lost to United this season. So that's cool. And if we get through to the final, my God, yes, because United are there. United are there, aren't they? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
I hope they do. I want to see all British sides in all the European competitions every year. I'd be more than happy to see that. And that'd be a brilliant game, Manchester United versus Arsenal. I'd love to see that. So
Arsenal got to get past Villarreal tomorrow night first, and that won't be easy.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't rate Villarreal last week. I didn't. They weren't that well. Arsenal weren't great either, but
yeah,
I don't. If we turn up, we'll beat them. We'll beat them quite convincingly.
I agree, mate. But it's what Arsenal turn up is the worry rather than Villarreal. You know what you're going to get with them and a side managed by Unai Emery.
Well, that was like a lot of Arsenal fans are saying, like the game against Newcastle, we beat them 2-0 just. It was like, oh, it doesn't mean anything. Well, I think it does. I think it really does matter to players if they get. You need momentum. You need some sort of something to take into the next game.
Especially at Aubameyang, he obviously got on the score sheet, so it's not a wasted game for him, is it?
Exactly. So you need to take something into the next game, don't you? You don't want to. I mean, because Arsenal have been pants recently, absolutely rubbish. But it's all about building momentum for me, basically. I think you need something to take into a game like that. You need a good win. Go into a really, really high pressure second leg on the back of a decent win. Always does stuff for confidence.
All helps, doesn't it?
All right, Newcastle were rubbish, but
yeah, we knew that anyway. Must be.
They've not been in bad form though. Newcastle. They look like
they've got their flip flops on now, aren't they? They're safe. They're not going to go down, are they?
Got the beach towels out.
Yeah, they was already. They're on the beach, mate. They were. You could tell Arsenal. I mean, that was Arsenal's second 11 as well. He made 9 changes.
Must be all over, lads. Surely, boys.
Well, there was a penalty shout there, but yeah, the game's just finished. I think Chelsea should have had a penalty there. The ref said, "Nah, it's all right. I can blow full time."
Mendy's taking a free kick. It's gone over the 4 minutes. Oh yeah! Oh, I just seen that shout.
I don't know. Was it after? Was it right in after time added on?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ref didn't bother because he just blew for full time.
You knew the game was over, and there we are. It's full time. So 2-0 on the night. Chelsea 2, Real Madrid 0. 3-1 to Chelsea in aggregate, and it's an all-English Champions League final. It'll be Man City v Chelsea on Saturday, 29th of May. So Wiz must be absolutely delighted, mate. Through to another Champions League final.
I can't believe it. Absolutely amazing. Can't believe it, really. Yeah. I mean, we were really good, really, really good in this game. And, you know, we're definitely underdogs for the final. Man City are a really special side. But mindful of what we did to them in the FA Cup, and what happened to them in that first half hour against PSG, or the first half against PSG of the first leg, I don't know. We've got a chance. We've got at least a puncher's chance. With Tuchel as manager, you sort of feel really, really confident about it. But it's an amazing achievement. You think of where we were and the sort of confidence and a bit of the defensive disarray and things like that. He's come in and done an incredible job. So, yeah, you know, at the moment, I sort of think, well, it's just amazing to be in the final, like incredible privilege to be in there, you know, and you can't complain. By the time of the night of the final, I'll be desperate for us to win.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I just sort of think, well, what an amazing season we've had. We could get in the top 4. We could be in we could be in the Champions League final, win the FA Cup final. But it's been, whatever happens now, it has been a very great season. But now, you know, you're dreaming, aren't you? You're dreaming of taking home the big one. and it's incredible. So, yeah, really lucky.
No, definitely. Your thoughts for us from what you saw Chelsea tonight?
Yeah, they weren't too bad, were they? Really? I mean, Madrid. It was end-to-end stuff, though. From what I saw, last sort of 20 minutes. Well, obviously, Real Madrid had to sort of throw the kitchen sink, but just Chelsea were just too strong. Really, Chelsea should have won that by more, I think.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, I think it was similar to obviously the other knockout Chelsea games we covered, like Porto and Atletico Madrid before that, where Chelsea just kept the opposition at arm's length.
Yeah, really similar in certain ways. Kind of quite tight, cagey. A lot of stake sort of games. A bit of quality really to get an advantage, and then really again real defensive solidity. Obviously, that 5 at the back and the 2 now are brought in. I always wonder if Lampard felt inhibited from going back to that, which is he had that response when there was defensive problems right at the beginning of his time at Chelsea. But coming in and did he have more license to do that? Tuchel coming in, and it's made a big difference. And the way we press now, the way we pressed in this game at the beginning of the second half is exhibition. Put that in front of people, and that's how you do it in terms of coordinating everybody going. There's a press trigger, everybody goes. They know what they're doing. They know who they're pressing. Those things we didn't have before. And again, they're the things that give you that little bit extra confidence. Because on our side, if Bayern Munich or PSG or City had been on our side of the draw, would we be here? I mean, if you're honest, you don't know. I mean, it's easy to be kind of cocky now we're in the final, but I'm not so sure. But we're here now, and we've got better and better. And that second half performance, and given what we've done up against City previously, we're a little bit of a bogey side for City. I mean, when we beat them for Liverpool to win the title, and we created a lot. We were incredibly good against them on the counter. We're still built with that DNA of being a slightly, defence first side. Not necessarily going back as far as Mourinho, but from Conte. And what he did, was incredibly well. He's just won the title in Italy. A really underrated manager. And what he did for us in terms of defensive organisation. And again, talking about what we were talking about earlier, triggered by an absolutely devastating. I remember not being able to watch the whole game when we lost to Arsenal, and they humiliated us. They just emasculated us. It was terrible. It was so bad to watch. And then from there, I think it was from there we won 13 games in a row.
Yeah.
And I think this side does have some of the DNA in that of that side. So yeah, you hope for the final. You just hope, but you've got to be grateful. I think we were talking earlier. Being a Chelsea fan, you've got to be grateful for everything that happens now. Because if you're lucky enough to see your club win anything in your life, you're lucky, really. On balance of probability.
Yeah, Bill can say something about that.
Yeah, well, I've seen us win a couple of playoffs, and that's it. and the Intertoto Cup, if you count that in '99.
Yeah,
so, I'm clutching at straws there. So
you're talking about we had a really long drought of not winning anything. It was just. But no, as you say, Wiz, I think it's a luck of the draw at the end of the day. You're in the final now. All right, you may have had a slightly easier route, but that's what you need. You just need luck in cup competitions, and just if the right draw falls your way, then I mean, look, like Arsenal playing tomorrow. Arsenal haven't been playing well at all, but we've had a really quite an easy route through to the semi-final. I mean, if we get to the final tomorrow, I mean, I don't think we'll beat United, but just sometimes you just need that little bit of luck in the draws.
Yeah, you got to play what is in front of you, and I think with Chelsea in this run-in, run to the final, they've made the opposition look worse than what they actually are because of how well Chelsea have played.
Yeah, and I mean, again, on paper, I suppose I said on paper if we'd had Bayern, PSG, whatever else. But I suppose on paper is where you said your route to the final, you've got to play Porto, Atletico, and Real. You would go. All other things being equal, you go, God, this could be quite nasty. Atletico put out Liverpool last year. Real Madrid and Real Madrid. Porto, and if you also got told that they put out Juve, you'd think actually we've done quite well. So to be here is never, you can never undermine that achievement and take that for granted. But it's just sort of trying to have a real evaluation of our strength of our side. But we have got stronger and stronger. And I think maybe that is the case. Maybe the side that we were in January is not one who deserved to be in the Champions League final. But I think we are a side who deserve to be in it now, whatever, hand we get dealt or whatever else. And plus, after you see how we won it in 2012, I mean, it actually makes me feel that Man City's name is on it, because it seems to be sort of the thing that's missing, and the kind of obsession with Guardiola not having won it since Barca. I sort of feel their name's on it, and part of the reason I had that kind of superstitious feeling is because our name was on it in 2012 after the ghost goal in 2005. Being robbed in 2008 final. Hit the post 3 times, had a dead cert penalty not given. The semi-final against Barca, where the ref was some combination of blind and bent. And then
was that the bald guy? Was it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then we go out with Ryan Bertrand doubling up at left back and somehow get through against Barcelona and Bayern Munich and win in Munich against Bayern Munich. 2 saved penalties, 1 in the semi, 1 in the final. I mean, it's ridiculous. So
I just hope the obviously the final 29th of May, as I say, hopefully it's better than the last All English final which was Liverpool and Tottenham in 2019. I mean, it wasn't a bad final, but I mean the early penalty for Liverpool just obviously killed the game. You have to say, as a contest.
That was dreadful, wasn't it? They looked knackered. Both sides were absolutely shot. They looked absolutely like, I thought it was free. This is definitely wrong, but I kind of had this feeling it was 3 weeks after the end of the season or something, and they went back like they'd already been on holiday for a couple of weeks and they looked knackered.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
It was really awful. That was worst. That's the worst Champions League final I remember.
It was pretty far. Yusuf, Chelsea fan, as you can tell, must be well happy. So hopefully it'll be better on the 29th of May than what we saw a couple of seasons ago. So. On that note, Russ, Wiz, thanks for joining us, lads, and as we say, hopefully the final will be a good contest between Man City and Chelsea. So thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to Gag Football if you're new, and like this video if you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.